All right, so if you could see here in the top right, this is the page you should be looking at. There's going to be, I already do Scratch, I have account, but I use your papa's email. Okay, that is perfectly fine. I'm just saying for those who don't have an account, so Joshua, you just wait there, and I'll be with you in a second. So you click join Scratch, and then you follow the instructions and you paste your email, and you create a username, you create a password, and then it'll ask you for your email and where you live. But I already have an account, so I'm just going to sign in. Uh-oh. Once you create an account, you just sign in. Excuse me? Okay, so once you create an account, does anyone here not have an account? Please type in chat if you still are making an account. Okay. I can't make it. Why not? You can't make it. So I want you to go to this link that I pasted in chat and just click join Scratch. Why can't you make it? Sam, Connor, can you please explain or unmute yourself possibly? Hello? How do you make a sprite jump? We're going to work on that later. You're going too ahead, please. Just wait for other people. Right. Connor?
When I click the link, it doesn't work.
Okay, so when you click the link, it doesn't work. So when you click the link, what shows up? Does it just give you an error or? I made so many projects. I have 4 followers. That's great. That's great. Joshua, if you already made projects, then, right. Connor, can you unmute yourself and explain your project, explain your error?
I'm trying to copy and paste it off your link and I can't do it.
Oh, you can't copy from Zoom. You just need to click on it. So, or you could just type it out in your search bar. You could just go to scratch.mit.edu. I'll zoom in here. Never mind, I can't zoom in, sorry. But you don't need to copy and paste the link. You can just type it in yourself. Sam, you said that you couldn't make an account. Why not?
Should it say username and password when it's sign in and then username and password?
Yes.
Okay.
You can make your own username and password, and then when it asks you for username and password, just use those. Right. Even if you didn't make an account, you could just click start creating. But I'd rather prefer you can make your own account so that you could save it. Because what's the point of making it if you can't save it? Sorry. All right, so type 1 or yes in chat if you made an account and you're on this page. One, okay. LG, you're good. Sarah, are you good?
Yes.
Anthony, are you good? Anthony, just unmute or say.
Yes.
Okay. Connor, are you good?
Where are we? Oh, there. Is this what is your score? That's fine. Just
I'm working on it.
right.
Almost there.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that the rest of you guys have it, which is perfect. Now let's Ion create project page. Okay, so now the next thing you want to do is you go to this big blue button here that says create, and it'll bring you to this page called the editor. This is how the editor should look like. Let me just wait for it to load. All right, so as you can see here on the page, this is going to be the normal editor. Before we start actually doing anything with it, I need to go over what each part is and how it looks like. In the middle here, you have what is known as the workspace. Any block you drag onto here will be considered as a program. And the next thing is over here is a list of all the blocks that you can use. And they're categorized by looks, motion, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and my blocks. We won't need to worry about these later, but we'll use them to make a program that works. And on the right here, you can see this little cat here. This is where you can select your sprite or your character. And up here is where the actual program runs. So there's a green flag that's go and a red flag that's stop. And you'll get used to this eventually, but it's very simple programming. So the next thing is we're going to look at the project we're going to make. This is project 1. Our first project is going to be a very simple dance program. We're going to make the little cat dance and we're going to add music to it. But in order to dance, we need to actually get the cat to move, right? So if at any point you think I'm going too fast or you need something explained, just unmute yourself or type in chat or do anything of the sort. Okay? So the next thing we're going to go over is how do we actually make it move, which is where we get to our first block or piece of programming, which is the move tag. It's a block that says move 10 steps. And it moves our blocks 10 steps in the direction it's facing. And let's go to our program. We'll see that the cat is facing to the right. So if we go to motion, it's the very first block here. You'll take your mouse and you drag this block onto the program and you release it and it'll stay there, right? And if you double click on this white box where it says 10, you can change it to however many steps you want. You can make it 15. You can make it however many steps you want. But when you click go, you'll see that nothing happens. This is because we need some initiator or some event or control that'll start the program. And that's where we go to our next block, which is playing our actions. We'll do an event called when flag clicked. This block allows us to play any block connected to it when the green flag is clicked. So let's go to the control tab over here on the left. I'll zoom in. You click control, and then you'll see that events. And there's this event that says when flag clicked, which is what we are going to be using. So you drag this onto the screen and then you let go of it. And then you drag this and you connect it to that. So now when they're connected, you click the green flag, it'll activate this when flag clicked, and then it'll move it 10 steps. So now as you can see, it'll move 10 steps forward every time you click the flag. Does everyone understand that? Right? Everyone understands that? Okay. That's good. So can I get some recognition? Can you type yes in chat if you're following so far? I knew and yes. Okay, cool. Yes. Yes, okay. Hi, we were only able to sign up for the Scratch class, so is it possible for the end of this class how to make the sprite jump? Yes, I believe that's in the next project, but you need to start from the beginning before you can go on to making it jump. So hopefully if you sign up for the next class, you can move on to project 2, in which we will actually make the sprite move and chase something. Okay, so the next thing, I know how to make it jump. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is adding sound. The best part about a game is the sound effects, whether it be music or drums. So to play music, we'll need more blocks. So in the bottom left corner, we will click this button to get our music blocks. So if you go down here and you click this button that says add extension, and it'll bring you to this page. You click music, and it'll add a new extension called music. So now that we have this new tab, what we're going to do is add the next we're going to select the music extension, which we already did. And then we're going to add the specific sound, which is the snare drum, and then wait for 0.25 seconds. So let's bring the snare drum, drag it to the bottom here until it clicks. And you can change the sound here, but for now, let's just use snare drum. And now when you click the plus, when you click the go, it'll move 10 steps, and then it'll wait this and then play the snare drum. So if you click it, it should play the sound. I don't have the music. Why do you not have the music? Do you have this block here called music with all these blocks here?
No.
No? Okay, so you go to add extension, right? Click this button, it should bring you here. And then you click here that says music, and you click this button, and now it should bring all these, right? Do you have all these blocks now? So now you want to drag this block that says play drum for 0.25 beats right here into the, underneath the move 10 steps. Did you do that? So now whenever you click go, it should play the drum sounds. Can everyone type yes if they have the cat moving and then the drum sounds? Yes. Connor, you did it. Congratulations. Sarah? Sam, good. Joshua, yes. Okay. So I'm going to move on unless anyone has any objections. The next thing we're going to do is dance forever. We don't want to just dance once. We're going to use the forever block that will make whatever we put inside the forever block, it'll go on forever. So let's say you wanted to make it run forever. You just put a forever block in the controls tab and then put something inside of it. What we're going to do is we're going to make it move 20 steps forward, play the bass drum, and then move 20 steps back and then play the snare drum. And I'll show you just how we're going to do this. So let's just drag this off to the side for now. We're going to move to the control tab here, which you just click by pressing the orange control tab. And then you drag this block that says forever right there. And you copy this there. Instead of 10, we're going to make it move 20 steps. And instead of the snare drum, we're going to make it play the bass drum. So this is pretty standard. Now we're going to go to motion again. And we're going to make it go, we're going to drag the move 20 steps there, right? And instead of making it move 10 steps, we're going to make it move minus 20 steps. So instead of going 20 steps forward, it'll go 20 steps backward. Do you get that? And now we're just going to go down to music again, and we're going to play the snare drum. So this is all our code for now. It's, once again, we're gonna click the flag. It'll go into this forever loop that'll loop on infinitely until we click it stop. It'll move 20 steps forward in the direction it's facing. So it'll move 20 steps to the right. It'll play the bass drum, and then it'll move 20 steps back. It'll play the snare drum, and then it'll loop again. I don't get it, Connor says. Okay. Which part do you not get?
Please do the
I don't know.
minus steps.
Minus steps, right? So you can either move forward or backwards. You just double click on this and you put minus 20. And as you can see, I just accidentally clicked it. It's going forward and backward. You could either move 20 steps forward, like let's say you're walking forward. You could say that you're walking 20 steps. You could take 20 steps with your feet, like you can actually get up and do it now. But if you want to walk backward, you say you're doing minus 20 steps. So
Put like a minus and then put 20 steps, or?
yes, you just put minus 20 steps like this. You put 20 steps here. The 20 steps here will make it move forward, and the minus 20 steps here will make it move backwards 20 steps.
Okay.
Right? So now when you click plus, when you click the flag here, it should move forwards, play the bass drum, move backwards, play the snare drum, and then move forwards again as it loops on, as you'll see when I click go. And it plays that music. And that means that you did it right. Does anyone not have that? Just type yes if you have that drums playing. Sarah? Not sure. How are you not sure? When you click the go flag here, what happens? It should move forward, play the drum. It should move forward and backward while playing music. It goes almost out of the screen. That means that you need That means that you didn't put minus 20 steps. You only moved 20 steps. Because if you keep on moving forward and forward, it'll go off the screen. But if you do minus 20, it'll move backwards. So it'll just stay in the same place. It'll go forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. Also, if your sprite is like way out of the screen here, you could just take it and drag it so that it'll be in the middle of the screen. And now when you click it, it should stay in the same place. All right. I'm going to move on. If anyone has any objections, please type in the chat. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change costumes so that our sprite will change to make it look like it's dancing, because now it's just moving backwards and forwards. But as you can see, it's immobile. But we want to make it look like it's actually dancing. So we are going to use the next block, which is the next movement block. I'm going to do that in just 1 second. So let's go here, and we're going to go to looks, and we're going to do next costume. We can drag it here. Okay, but we don't have any costumes yet, so we need to go to the costume editor, which you could find right here. If you look in the blocks here, there's another tab here that says costumes, and you just click on it. Can everyone click on that? So if you want to make your own custom costume, you can make it here, but as you can see, we have costume 1 and costume 2. So Scratch changes it automatically for us, so we don't need to do that. But instead, let's just put next costume here, And then let's do another next costume there. Does everyone see that? Now it'll change between this position with its legs and that position with its legs. So it'll look like it's actually moving around. And you can see that when you hit plus, let me mute this site. When you hit plus, you'll see that the cat, instead of just moving back and forth, is standing still. Could you make your own costume for Sprite? Yes, of course you can. You could definitely edit the costume like this, I believe, and you can draw on it, but I don't suggest you do that because Scratch already designed this one for us. So we don't actually need to change anything. But if you have any artistic talents, you go to the costumes and you just make your own costume for your cat. Like you can make it wearing a wig or something. So everyone should have it moving like that, changing costumes. Does everyone have that? Can you type yes in the chat? Yes, Connor has it. Sam can add a background. Joshua, you need to have patience. Not everyone already knows the code. We're going to add a background in like just 1 second. I'm just going to make sure everyone has it. So now let's just stop it here. And now the next thing we're going to do, which some of us already know, is changing our backdrop. Backdrop is what appears behind the characters. Like for example, Sarah has a backdrop of a bridge if you look at her camera on Zoom. So we are going to be making custom backdrops for our thing. The way you do that is you go to the bottom right here. You'll see that there's this button with an image icon on it. When you hover your mouse over it, it'll say choose a backdrop. What I want you to do, you can upload your own backdrop. You can do a surprise backdrop, which is a random one, I believe. You could paint your own backdrop. But what I want you guys to do is choose a backdrop by clicking the search thing, and it'll bring you here. Did everyone go to here?
I can hear them because they're moving.
So now you can search through all these different, you can search by music, sports, outdoors, indoors, space, underwater, and you could choose whatever backdrop you want. You can do whatever you want, but if you can't think of anything, I say let's just do spotlight here because it's a disco and the cat is partying. So when you click on it, you'll see that the backdrop gets added in this here, and it also gets added behind our sprite. So does everyone have that?
What?
Does everyone have that? Okay.
I put myself in mute.
Okay, so now when we hit start, the cat will still move back and forth, but now it'll be in this awesome party, which is very cool. And of course, you can upload your own images or paint whatever backdrop you want, but this is just one of a very popular one that Scratch made itself. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add an instrument that you can actually interact with. Let's say you don't want just the cat and you want like yourself, or you want the cat to have a friend. The way you do that is you create a new character, also called sprite, in the bottom right here, right next to the background thing. So let's go do that right now. And we're going to click here. And you can upload your own, you could surprise, or you can paint your own, but I'm gonna go choose a sprite. Let's choose from the ones that are already here. As you can see, there are so many of them, and you could sort by animals, people, fantasy, dance, music, sports, food, fashion, and letters. So you can hit search, and let's just search for instruments. My favorite instrument is trumpet. So as you can see, when you click on it, it'll appear next to the cat, and all our code has disappeared, but the cat code didn't actually disappear. It's just only for the cat. So you could swap between your sprites by clicking on their boxes. And you could see that the code that we made for the cat, the blocks that we made for our program for the cat, stays here. But when we click to the trumpet, nothing happens. So now it's time to write some code for the trumpet. So when we click on the trumpet, it'll have some program involved that'll do something. So let's do when the sprite is clicked. Instead of doing when the flag is clicked, so it'll always happen, we're going to do when the sprite is clicked. So let me show you right now. You go to control, you go to events here, and you drag on when this sprite is clicked onto the screen. And what we want to do is we want to switch it between costumes, and we also want to play sound C2 trumpet until done. Okay, so let's go to.
Do we have to do the trumpet, or can we do any?
You could do any, but for now, just follow what I'm doing. But in your own time, you can do any backdrop, you can do any sprite, but I suggest that just so you have this example, you do the trumpet, because so you can follow along with what I'm doing. So click on the looks tab, and just like we did with the cat, we're going to switch the costume, and we're going to switch it again. So first let's switch it to trumpet B, and then we're going to switch it to trumpet A. So now when you click it, it'll swap between costumes. Sorry, wait, let me just drag this here. So now when we click it, it's going to swap to its next costume, which you can see has the 3 dots going out of it as if it's being played. Okay, so now let's put something in between it so that it will play the sound. Let me unmute the site. So now when you go to the sound category, the first thing that's there is play sound C2 trumpet until done. Let's put those blocks in between it. Does everyone have that? So I'll give you a second to copy it down. So basically what we did is we went to our trumpet sprite. We did an event that says when the sprite is clicked. So when the user clicks on the trumpet, it'll swap the costumes and it'll play this trumpet noise. You can change it to whatever noise you want, or you can record your own noise until it's done. So if everyone's ready, I'm just going to click start and show you what it's supposed to do. So now, as you can see, as I just demonstrated, you can, when you click the flag, the cat will be dancing. As you can see here, it's going through the code forever. It'll keep looping. But now if you go to the trumpet code, whenever you click on it, it'll change costumes. And until the sound is being done played, it'll stay in that costume. Does everyone have it playing the trumpet noise? That's the most important thing. No, do not put it forever, because then it'll keep looping playing the trumpet noise. Just keep it whenever you click it. So unlike the cat, which is going on forever, we want control over the instrument just to demonstrate that you don't need the forever loop. Now you can just click it and it'll play the noise. Does everyone have it so that when you click it, it'll play the noise, or is anyone having any trouble? Can you type in the chat, please? Okay, so now that you're done, is anyone here not done? Let's see. Okay, so Matthew, you have been awfully quiet. Can you type in chat and just say if you did this, if you're following it? Okay, so let's just assume that he is following it. So now yep, I'm doing it. I'm very happy to hear that. So the final thing that we want to do is we want to go to File up here in the top left and click Save Now, so that you will never lose your work again. And as you can see here in the top left, it'll say Project Save. Okay. So another thing you can do is you could change the name of this project. So if you go here and highlight Untitled 3, you can change the name to whatever you want. You can write Funky Cat Dance, and you click Save, and the project will be saved. I did Dude Dance. Nice. You can save it by whatever you want. You could save it with your own name. All right. So we ended early, and it's only 2:43, which is great because that means we have a lot of time to do whatever we want. So I say let's go to a new project and go to File, New Project until you're on this blank page. Is everyone here? And now what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the cat, but we're going to use letters from our name. So you can do Connor, you can do Anthony, you can do Sarah. I will do Tall so that like it'll show my name dancing. Now when you go to, now let's go make a new sprite like I did before. When you go to choose a sprite and you could click here, we'll go to this tab again. And then we click letters, it will show you all these different varieties of letters, right? Is everyone following? So I like these block ones instead of the glow ones, so you can use whatever you want. So I'm going to create a sprite for T, and I'm going to create a sprite for, I don't have letters. Why don't you have letters, Sarah?
I don't know.
You need to make them. That's the whole point. So we are going to create sprite. In the bottom left, you know how we created the trumpet sprite? You can just search up any letter you want. Do you not see this page, Sarah? No? Okay. So what happens if you go here and you search block? Do you see these? Yes, so just type in block if you don't have the letters page, and then you could choose any letter you want. So just keep choosing until you have your name. My name is Tall, so those are mine. For trumpet, don't we have to go back to sprite 1? No. For the trumpet, yes, you need to go between, you don't need to switch between the sprites, you just need to switch between the costumes. So is everyone here? So I'm just gonna give you some time to copy this until you have your name. LG asked, what project are we doing now? We finished the project, so now we are moving on to a new special project where we will be animating our names, right? So now we'll be doing 2 projects instead of 1. Is everyone here? Does everyone have their name? So I'm just gonna wait here until you guys type out your names using sprites. Yes, so Sam, you have a short name, so I assume you get it. But let's just wait for everyone else to confirm. Connor said he did it. Add some extra code to make it work better. That's great. Ayanchi, did you do it? Okay, so it appears that everyone has their name. So whatever your name may be, I'm just going to be using Tall. Please don't use Tall. Please use your own name using the sprites. So notice how we have all 4 sprites here. We also have the cat. You can get rid of the cat. I don't care. I'm just going to leave the cat. But what you can do is you can click between the sprites so that you can change the code here. Does that make sense to everyone? Now what we're going to do is we're going to click the first letter of your name. You're going to go to the Events tab, and you're going to do When Flag Clicked. And just like we did before for the cat, we're going to put a Forever tab loop. We're going to go to Motion. We're going to move 10 steps. And then we're going to move -10 steps. So now, as you can see, when we click plus, when we click the flag, hold on. Wait. So we need to put something in between here. So let's just go to sounds or music. I save and copy my cat sprite saved by putting it in the background. Okay. You can either copy the code or we can just play, let's just drag here. And let's put a bongo because I like bongos. And let's put that for 0.5 seconds, 0.5 beats. So now when we click go, you'll see that the T is moving forwards and backwards. Oh wait, sorry. Let's just put that there again. And let's put the triangle for 0.5. So now when I unmute the website and I click go, it'll just move the T back and forward and play the bongo and the triangle. The triangle is very annoying, so I'm going to change it to hand clap. So now when you click run, it'll just go in between these. Does everyone have that? Type yes when you have this code on your first letter. Yes. No, Joshua does not have it. Okay. Yes. All right. Sam, LG, do you have this on your first letter? Done. That's great. Yes. So now what we're going to do is when you click on this and you stop this, so now what you can do, you right click on this. You know how your mouse has 2 buttons, the click button and then the right click button? What you can do is you can click duplicate it. And now you go to this code. Oh wait, what did I do? Sorry. So now what I want you to do is I want you to click on all this code. Let me just mute the website. I want you to click on all of it, make sure all of it's highlighted. I want you to do Control-C, and then, sorry, wait. I want you to do Control-C, and then go to block A, or whatever your next block is, and do Control-V, and it should paste all of it. So you can either write it by hand, or you can just copy and paste it. And let's do this one more time for the L. So let me bring the T over here. Now when I click plus, you'll see that all 3 of them are moving back and forward, just like the cat was doing, but now I just copied the code for all 3 of them. And if you want, you could even do it for the cat too, who knows? Okay, does everyone get that? Uh, so please type in chat once you're done doing all three of the letter, all whatever, how many letters you are in your name. All my letters are not moving. So, that could be, does it look exactly like this? Because if you didn't put any instruments in between, it'll just forever loop between moving forward and backward with no time in between. So it'll just stand still. Also, if you didn't put the when flag clicked, nothing will happen anyways. So Connor, can you explain your problem more? You can unmute yourself if you want.
Like when I press the flag, all my letters are not moving at the same time.
All the what?
Like you showed how all the letters can move at the same time, left and right. Like that, that doesn't work for me.
Why not? Are they moving at different times or are they just not moving at all?
Only the first letter is moving.
So that means that, did you copy your code to the next one, to all the other letters?
No.
You need to do that. You need to do Control C or Command C and then Command V on your keyboard. Or you can just recreate it, but you need to click through all your letters and your cat if you want to, and change the code so that all your letters will move forward and backward, not just your first one.
Excuse me.
Yes?
One of my blocks, I was trying to copy it, but then it went somewhere that I can't delete it. So like now it's stuck, and I did the flag, and
If
now
it's
it's
stuck,
all the way.
if it's stuck, you can just click on it and then click the backspace button and it'll delete it.
But I can't even click on it. It's like stuck where I get the stuff. It's like stuck inside where I get the stuff, so I can't.
I don't really know what is your problem, but let me think. So what you're saying is that you can't delete it. First thing you want to do, click this red stop sign, right? Because your programs are working. If it's running right now, you probably can't delete it. Then you want to go to the block of code that you want to delete. You click on it, and then you hit backspace, and it'll delete it. Did that work for you?
But that's the thing, I can't delete it.
Another thing you can do is if you want to delete this, you can just drag it off to the side and it'll automatically delete it. Can you try that? Like you take this and you drag it there and it deletes. And
For
you can
one,
do,
I can't even move it, so I can't do anything to it. So like,
maybe it's just your computer froze or something.
now it's working. See, I'll do it on. It's working.
So can you delete it now?
No, I still can't.
So which letter are you doing this on?
I'm on still the first one.
And what's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not.
It's not what? Sorry, you got muted. Okay, I don't think your microphone is working, so.
Yeah, my internet is a little slow. You know.
All right, so
I think I got it. I think I know what I have to do.
just tell me if that's not working. So this is pretty much the basics of Scratch. You can definitely come by next week where we will go over the next project, and we'll go into more depth, and you can keep on coming week after week, and we'll have more things for you. So if you guys just wait 1 second, I'm going to join the next breakout room, and I'm going to bring everyone back. I'll be right back, so don't leave. Just stay here, okay? I'll be right back.
I'll do that in a second. So you go down to variables, the second to last one, the orange one, and at the top here, we're gonna make another variable.
Gabe,
So, yeah, Tal?
just message me when you're done.
When I'm done, do you mean when it's 3?
Yeah, do I close the breakout rooms at 3?
Yeah, wait, okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll be in the main room. I'll close the breakout rooms at 3. Hello, I'm back. So it's approaching 3. I just want to say thank you for your patience. I hope you learned something today. And I hope you will come back again next week where we will learn more, hopefully. At 3 o'clock, I'll be closing the breakout rooms and we'll just say goodbye. So if you could just chill here for just a little bit longer. Thank you for teaching us. Oh, thank you for being so kind. Finished all your sprites? Yes, congratulations. So the internet is an amazing place. It can be dangerous, but it can also be super helpful as on Scratch. There are many tutorials for like cool projects that you can do. So I highly recommend that you go just continue it. Don't stop here. The opportunities are endless and you could make whatever you want. You can make a story, you can make a game. And if you just want us to help you learn how to make more games or more stories or more complicated things, you could either look it up on the internet or you can just stop on by next week. And the time is 1500. I made 2 animations. That's great. So I'm just going to give them a little bit of time and then I can close the breakout.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. So I closed the breakout room, so people should be joining back. I'm going to Okay. You can just give us like 20 seconds and people should be joining back. By the way, I never got to ask, can you type in chat what your favorite ice cream flavor is? Let's just decide once and for all. Strawberry. Right, people are joining back now. All right, so I'm sure Gabe and I both want to say this. I'll just say it. Thank you guys so much for your patience. We really hope that you learned something new today. And like I said to my students, and I'm sure Gabe will say the same thing. The opportunities are endless on the internet, so just continue making what you want. And if you need more help in what to do, just come back next week. Gabe?
Yeah, everyone, please stay creative. There's so much to learn on the internet beyond Scratch, but for now, Scratch is a good start for you guys. We want to encourage your creativity, and we want to encourage you to create.
So that's the end for this class. Thank you all so much for coming. Vanilla is better than chocolate flavor, but strawberry is also good. Chocolate ice cream is just bad. You can leave now. Bye.
Hey, we enjoyed teaching you guys. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
See you guys next week.
Yes. Gabe, stay.
Bye.
What's all?
Yes, don't leave, Gabe.
I will not leave. I will stay for you. And I'd just like to say that vanilla is better than chocolate.
Bye.
Bye, Michael. Bye, Ariella. Bye, everyone. It was so nice teaching you.
I'm just going through and removing them.
All right.
I guess Sarah can say if she wants to say.
Yeah.
Good
Thank you
job.
so much.
You were both amazing. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. So.